This is Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights. Presented by Taco Cabana.
You are looking live at Gustafson Stadium on the north side of San Antonio, Texas, where tonight we've got prime-time high school football. It's the O'Connor Panthers against the Warren Warriors in a top 10 showdown on Hallmark University's Thursday Night Lights. Good evening, everybody. I'm Don Harris, along with my broadcast partner, Chuck Mikatinik. And Chuck, this is one of those games, number 2 against number 5 early in the season in a district that has already started district play. And both of these teams have been talking about this one all week long.
They really have. I mean, you talk about two teams that are undefeated. They're both young, but man, are they really good. And I absolutely cannot wait to see this matchup between O'Connor's offensive line and Warren's defensive line. This is going to be an epic battle tonight, one in the trenches, and then the winner of tonight's game obviously is going to get a leg up on the rest of the district.
You talk about that O'Connor offensive line on the left side. They are mountainous. Both guys about 6'5", 300, and that is Brandon Brown, both big-time four-star recruits, and this one's already committed to TCU.
Yeah, Brandon Brown and Logan Parr are going to be on the left side of this offensive line. Both guys 6'4", 6'5", both pushing 3 bills. Brandon could have gone anywhere in the country. He's going to TCU, but this young man has started 40 high school football games in his career. He's a load, and expect O'Connor to run the ball to the left side a lot tonight.
Meanwhile, Warren's defensive line, they're very proud of those guys. They think they can win this matchup. Part of the reason is right there, Kaleb Williams.
Kaleb Williams, 6'4", first-team All-District. Every school in the nation is looking at this young man. One of the most technically sound players you're ever going to see. He's 6'4". He's a tremendous football player, got a great football IQ. And it's going to be an interesting matchup tonight, again, from their defensive line against O'Connor's offensive line.
Both teams a little slow getting out to warm up tonight because we had a lightning delay. Let's go down. Time for our county-wide service company. Game time weather. Mike Hernandez on the field. Mike, what's the latest?
Well, it's looking good right now, but you're right. Earlier, till about 6:10 is when the players were actually allowed back on the field because of that lightning delay. All clear right now. The radar is looking good. Those showers and thunderstorms have moved off. We could see a light shower pass through during the evening, but it does not look like it's going to be a thunderstorm, so the game should go off. As a matter of fact, very little rain fell on the field, so most of the field is dry right now. Upper 70s for game time temperature, a light northeast wind, humid out here, so the guys are going to have to kind of work through that humidity. But other than that, I think as we go through the evening, it's going to be fine.
It's a great night for football, and it's a great game for football. O'Connor and Warren, we're coming back with our Hallmark University keys to the game right after this.
You're watching Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights, presented by Taco Cabana.
It's a good night for football in San Antonio, Texas. It's O'Connor and Warren on Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights. Right now, it's time for our Hallmark University keys to the game. And Chuck, we start off with those number 2 ranked O'Connor Panthers.
Well, for David Molesky, he actually gave us like a dozen this week, but we had to narrow it down to 3. But they want to win the field position game. They want to limit the big play ability of the Warren Warriors. And then lastly, they want to make the most of their own offensive opportunities every time they get their touches on offense.
Here's the coach, David Molesky.
Well, it's you know, we fought rain all week like everybody has, so that's, you know, you got to be able to overcome that. But, you know, in regards to there's 2 really good football teams tonight, and Warren is where they are because they are really good. They're very good on defense. They're very efficient offensively and have some weapons that can hurt you in both in the passing game and the running game. And so it's going to be a big challenge for us tonight.
Chuck, the keys for the Warren Warriors.
Well, the first thing they want to do, Don, is this game is not bigger than them. Play the game. Secondly, control what you can control. And then lastly, thank God you're a Warren Warrior. That's straight from the coach's mouth.
Coach Jeff Robbins in his first year, a chip off the old block if he knew his dad, Mike Robbins.
Well, you know, they're pretty good on the offensive line, and you know, Coach Hooper does a great job with their passing game. So we really, you know, we got to do our job in the secondary. We got to get some pressure on that quarterback with our 4 down linemen. and our secondary's got to play good. They got some good receivers, and they do a great job with their passing scheme. So it's going to be important for us to take care of business in the back end.
In the words of Jeff Robbins, it's been a ruckus all week at school. They're ready for this one. Warren and O'Connor, we're coming back with the national anthem, and we'll kick it off when we come back.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by Roselle Gardens.
And welcome back to Gus Stadium here on the north side of San Antonio. Looking forward to this matchup tonight, Don, between O'Connor and Warren. Remember, this was a barn burner last year. Now we've got two teams that have, you know, O'Connor, always a really good team year in and year out, but this Warren Warriors team ain't no joke, man. That front seven that they got on defense, these guys are primed and they're ready, and I think we've got as good a matchup as we've had all year coming up tonight.
All right, let's get ready for it. Let's send it over to our public address announcer, Lou Calusa.
Now entering the field is the color guard from the Texas 20,022nd Air Force Junior ROTC from Earl Warren High School. Commanding and carrying the American flag is Cadet Captain Giovanni Felix Ruiz. Carrying the Texas flag, Cadet Tech Sergeant Sam Garner. The American Guard, Cadet Senior Airman Minato Allen. The Texas Guard, Cadet First Lieutenant Bernardo Guzman. At this time, we ask you to please rise and remove your hats to honor America and the men and women serving in our armed forces around the world. Our national anthem this evening will be played by the Warren Warriors High School Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Raul Rodriguez.
Thanks for watching the Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights pregame show. Stay tuned for tonight's first half kickoff. Watching Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights, presented by Taco Cabana.
Welcome back. Coach Jeff Robbins in his first year at Warren. Of course, he replaced the legendary Brian Dowson, who won a state championship with the Roosevelt Rough Riders back in '95 and built this program at Warren. And Jeff's got good stock. His dad, Mike Robbins, a legendary coach. Also, you're looking at David Molesky, who took his team to the 4th round of the playoffs a year ago, and he has built his own mini dynasty there at O'Connor. Tonight's first half kickoff sponsored by HEB. The
O'Connor Panthers will kick it away. Warren will receive. Doing the honors for the Panthers is Jefflin Leslie. And back deep for Warren is Samuel Stanford and David Randall.
Let's get it on, man. This is going to be a tussle tonight, and a game I believe is going to be won in the trenches, no doubt about it.
We are underway. Stanford eyeing it and taking it in the end zone. He will down it for a touchback, and we will see the Warren offense first. Warren's been very impressive offensively. They beat Brennan last week, putting 33 points on the board. They also had a victory in week 1 over Del Rio, where they scored 45. They're led by their quarterback, actually a couple of them, Christian Allen and backup Anthony Cisneros. Both have played a lot of minutes. In fact, Cisneros has more statistics on the passing game, but here's Allen, 7 for 23 and 78 yards on the ground, including a touchdown. Stanford is their leading rusher. He wears number 34. And Talem Turner also a dangerous threat. And already we've got a timeout on the field as Warren will take it to talk this over.
And already Coach Robbins not real thrilled with what's going on. Let the whole crew have it.
Like Coach Pop, call one early. And as we take a look at the offensive starting lineup for the Warren Warriors, Brian Rojas was here a year ago. Very impressive young man leading that line. Stanford, as I said, is their leading rusher. Rasco, a very dangerous threat as a receiver. He's very athletic and fast.
They're going to spread you out to start.
They'll fire it on first down. Completes a little screen pass to Stanford, who goes out of bounds, but a flag flies as well. Warren wants a personal foul after the play out of bounds, but we'll see what the call is.
I don't know if they're going to get it, but they deserve to get it.
It's going against the offense.
Little late shove out of bounds, but this is going to be Alpha Dog
Got
against
it block
Alpha
in the back.
Dog.
On the offense. 10 yards. Still first down.
Roger Schultz, our referee tonight, blocking the back to call. And right away, the Warriors start behind the sticks.
Well, you know, Don, it's been a really goofy week in terms of weather here in South Texas. We had a lot of rain, got a short week already to begin with, so practice times have been juggled. These teams have had to move to stadiums to get their practices in, so if we're a little sloppy early, it's to be expected.
Here's Christian Allen. This time he'll hand it to Stanford. He's met after getting back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1 as we take a look at the Panthers starting lineup. Anthony Knight on one end, Charles Trammell on the other. Look out for Gabe Diaz to make a lot of tackles there in the middle. Grant Rustin is not only their free safety, but he's also a dangerous kick and punt returner for O'Connor. It's a team who lost a lot of seniors off that very talented team a year ago that went on the deep playoff run. Quarterback draw, and O'Connor is having none of it. Snuffing it out there right in the middle. Bryson Greer was there. He's only a junior. We saw Bryson last year as a sophomore, another one of those. I don't know what they feed him out there in Helotes, Chuck.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I mean, Bryson, yeah, that's the only time you're ever going to call that man junior. A lot of schools looking at that young man, and you just saw a reason why.
Talked about the two offensive linemen that go about 300 pounds. Here on 3rd and long, they throw the slant over the middle. It is completed, but not enough. That's Jonathan Segovia on the catch, and the Warriors will have to punt it here on their first series.
Well, trying to feel each other out here in the early going. Not exactly what Warren was hoping to accomplish. We're going to have to punt it away here. 3 and out to start.
Rustin is back to receive it. He's going to let it go. He drills the Warren defender, and the ball bounces down at about the 36-yard line, and that's where O'Connor will have it on their first series. And O'Connor has been just as prolific offensively. They beat Holmes last week 42-6, and anytime you put up big numbers against the Steel Knights, you know you've got the offense going, and David Dodd just did just that. He had a comeback against Steel late in that ball game. He's 28 of 36 on the year, completing 78% of his passes.
We saw Grant Rustin, number 20, getting a shot in.
The left-hander goes deep on the first play, and he just overshot his intended receiver, and that's Chase Locke, the long, tall receiver that Jeff Robbins told us about this week that they have to definitely account for. Dodd was under pressure a little bit on that one, made him force it a little early, but he was calm and cool in the pocket, as I was saying, against Steele the other day in week 1, firing those short left-handed touchdown passes. As O'Connor will keep it, it's Dodd on the ground. He picks up about 6, and it'll be 3rd and about 5.
Well, we saw on the previous play Dodd going deep, O'Connor trying to take a shot early, but this is a young man that's completed almost 80% of his passes so far this season. So, a kid new to the position here, getting his first varsity snaps and certainly looking the part with 3 touchdowns on the year and 427 yards passing coming into this one.
Dodd looking to throw, goes out of bounds, incomplete, and so the Warriors go 3 and out as well.
Well, that was actually a really good play by Dodd. His receivers were all covered up and just decided to launch that one OB and take a punt, see if you can pin him back and win the field position battle here early.
David Randall back to receive the punt off the foot of Josh Brown. Good pressure, but he gets it away. There was contact. They're not going to throw a flag. The ball's loose and on the ground. O'Connor thinks they have it. It was muffed by Randall, and they do. First turnover of the game, and the Panthers come up with great field position right there on the red zone.
Maybe some jitters early here for Warren. Good job by their defense to get the ball right back for their offense, you'd think, but perfectly spiraled football, and look who's down there. The first guy there is Rustin. May have messed with the line of sight for the guy trying to receive the football, but either way, it's a huge play early for the O'Connor special teams.
Dylan Fish, number 9 right there with the recovery. And it's a kielbasa smoke meat, first down for Dodd. Looking left, pumps, now scrambling to his left. He's going to just fire it near the end zone. Dangerous play, and a flag down. We'll see what it was. He was lucky that wasn't picked off. And we may have some sort of penalty in the secondary.
Offensive pass interference. 10 yards, a replete, first down.
All I know is 94 Kaleb Williams already making his presence felt in this football game, moving 2 guys to help get back there and disrupt the pass.
Here's the starters for those Panthers. Again, the left side of the line, both impressive young men. 16 offers for Logan Parr. He hasn't decided. Brandon Brown, 75, is going to TCU. Rustin, a favorite target, as is Chase Locke. Here's the handoff a bit on the sweep. That's Gordon going to Zion Taylor. Zion switched numbers on us. He wore number 2 last year. Yeah, still just a junior.
2 guys, Don, Zion Taylor and Jordan May. A little thunder and lightning action, and you'll be able to tell the difference when they both come into the ball game. Nice little 1-2 punch back there for the Panthers.
Second down and long. Dodd splits out Castillo to one side and Locke to the other, and it's a reverse. And it's coming to Castillo, and he gets a block, and he's upended and flipped out about the 25. Good play by the Warren defense, and that's David Randall. He's getting a little payback. He muffed the punt, and he's making up for it with a great tackle.
Well, David Randall sure did do a nice job here, because you got one of those big beasties out there pulling for you, and tell you what, Randall bringing the wood on that play and blowing it up. If he doesn't make that play, that thing's going to the house.
So it's 3rd and 14. for David Dodd in this O'Connor offense. He's got Zion Taylor back there with him. Instead, he's looking over the middle. Now he fires to out route to Locke, and I believe he's got it. The official gonna call it a catch for a first down. What a route by Locke and what a throw by David Dodd, a 12-yard gain.
Yeah, Locke gets great separation over here. And Dodd, just as he's about to get destroyed, flips it out there. Like the receiver's able to get a foot in and make the play. Nice job.
First down and goal as they hand it to Taylor up the middle to the 5, pushes his way forward to about the 3 as we're inside the Baptist Emergency Hospital red zone here. Panthers knocking on the door. Jeremy Martinez kept that one along with their star defensive end. Kaleb Williams, first team All-District a year ago, 6'5", 245. Prototypical recruited tight end. Second and goal from the 3. It's Taylor to the outside. He's got the corner, and he's got a Panthers touchdown. Zion Taylor puts O'Connor up 6-0, but wait, it may come back. There's a flag on the play.
Yeah, clear as day out there on the left side.
That'll put it at the 13 if they do it from the previous spot, which was the 3.
Logan Parr telling him, hey, it wasn't me, man.
All right, so that sets up now second and goal from the 13.
Well, as good as O'Connor's offensive line is, and it is, Don, I mean, you walk out on the field before the game and you go look at these guys, it's like you're looking at the Green Bay Packers out there. But this Warren defense and their front 7, Coach Molesky was telling me this week, he thinks it's as good as any in the entire area.
Dodd throwing the jump ball for Locke, and it was almost intercepted. Good coverage back there by Warren's Traquan Banks. Locke's a big, tall target. You throw it up, let him go get the alley-oop, but Banks was there, and he almost came down with it.
Yeah, put some air under that ball, let your big guy make a play, but safety equal to the task, going over there and helping out his corner, able to disrupt that play and knock it away.
All right, so they wiped 6 points off the board because of a hold. Now they're back at the 13, and this is third down and goal. And again, it's Taylor in the backfield. Locke to the far right. Dodd looking left, now scrambles. Dodd waving traffic. And look at Kaleb Williams. He bats it away and intercepts it. Kaleb Williams, big 94, making a big-time play for that Warren defense.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Warren will have it 1st and 10 when we come back. Welcome back to Gustafson Stadium on San Antonio's north side. It's 0-0, but we've had a lot of excitement. Number 94, Kaleb Williams, with the play of the year so far on TNL. We told you about him in the pregame. He's first team All-District a year ago. Schools are looking at him for his size and speed. He's 6'5", 245, and he just made one heck of an athletic interception. Warren's got a 1st and 10, a little momentum, and their quarterback takes it for about 5 yards, and he's a little inspired, showing some toughness as Christian Allen. Connor Callahan making the tackle for the O'Connor Panthers.
Yeah, if that play doesn't fire you up, if you're the Warren Warriors, nothing will.
Sets up second down and 5. Allen looking run. Keeps it himself, and he's pushed out of bounds. Maybe got one. Again, it's Connor Callahan.
Yeah, doing a really nice job there. Being all stout and getting to the football. A lot of those O'Connor Panthers swarming and snuffing out that run. At least for Warren, able to pick up a couple on the play, and got third and pretty manageable here. Pretty much the whole playbook open to you here. See what they decide to do? Run it, keep it on the ground? Maybe put it in the air, see if you can't find one of these wide receivers. They're going to spread you out and try to test you that way.
Kaleb Franks to the left. He's got 3. Looking Franks on the slant. Going his way, and he almost threw an interception. Franks cut off his route and came back to the outside, and that one went right through the hands of Jonte Waller.
Yeah, it looked like there was some confusion on that play. Oh, maybe the discrepancy on the route? We'll never know, but either way, Warren obviously dodging another turnover bullet right there.
Grant Rustin back to return the Kyle Elder high punt. He's got it. He's got a first down. We'll take a break with O'Connor. Didn't give up any points after that turnover. They've got their second shot at it next.
Welcome back to this outstanding game. I'm joined by Brent Fessler, who's the president of Hallmark University. We were standing right here when that interception was made. We were like 10 yards. Great game so far.
Fantastic game.
You guys do some great things, always on the cutting edge of technology and the latest, and you got some stuff going on that you want to talk about.
We do, yeah. Think about businesses and where their customers are moving. How much time do you spend online versus being in a real store anymore? So customers are moving online digital, and so we need professionals who know how to connect and engage and market to customers. So we have a brand new program in digital marketing, and you get to actually make money on social media, right? Doing that as a living, being online, knowing how to connect, how to engage, and so it's a business degree, but it's cutting edge. That's where the future is. Yeah.
You guys are all about that. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for being our title sponsor again. And enjoy the rest of the game. I'm not moving from here, man. This is a great one. Back to you guys.
All right. Thanks, Mike. Jordan May getting his first carry. He's got a first down. Kielbasa smoked meat first down for O'Connor. And Chuck, you talked about thunder and lightning. I'm guessing May is thunder.
That would be correct, sir. Got tree trunks for legs, that's for sure.
I think he starts at nose guard on most high school football teams. First down, Dodd looking, got Locke wide open, and he hits him in stride, but Locke just can't hang on to it. Flag down, back at the line of scrimmage. Got a lot of holding on O'Connor tonight.
I'll tell you what, either way, that was a dime by Dodd. Mercy.
Boy, just dropped it right in there.
Got a high-low block on the offense, 15 yards.
Well, we talked about how active this front seven is for Warren, and they don't give anything away on the back end either, but I'll tell you what a great route, and just the last second, what an outstanding play there by Jeremy Martinez, the junior defensive back. He's a step behind, but extremely active with that left hand and was able to poke it away at the last minute. Nice job finishing the play off.
Big time penalty, 15 yards, makes it 1st and 25 for Dodd. Wants to throw a little comeback to Castillo, and that's picked off. Warren going the other way. Warren to the 5. He crossed the plane. That should be a touchdown. A 22-yard return by D'Angelo Ortiz.
Well, sometimes your best offense is your defense. Again, the big guys up front for that Warren D line. Wreaking havoc, breaking up the bubble screen. Just look at the pressure. Blown up early and then tipped by everybody's All-American, Kaleb Williams. This time he can't find the ball, but he had a teammate who could. Took it the rest of the way to the house.
So the Warriors strike first. The extra point is up, and it's good by King Owen Cabrera, and it's 7-0 Warren. We've got some excitement and some defense being played on Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights. Welcome back to Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights. D'Angelo Ortiz, 2 batted balls, 2 interceptions for that defensive front for Warren. Jeff Robbins said earlier this week, we love our D-line, and now we're finding out why.
Well, he also said in our conversation with him earlier this week that D'Angelo is one of the fastest defensive ends he has ever coached. He also talked about the depth that he had in his front seven. He says it's as deep as we've ever had it in the 10 years that I've been here. Of course, this is his first year as head coach, but I'm telling you, man, they look the part.
King Owen Cabrera doing the honors, kicking it deep to Rustin and Taylor. And this one's headed to Rustin right at the 18. Takes it to the middle. Got a block, tried to bounce it this way, but he crosses the 25 to the 26, and we go down to the sidelines in Mike Hernandez.
All right, it's Taco Cabana time. Our presenting sponsors this year. How you guys doing?
Good.
This is Samantha Borquecho, and this is Gabe Cortez from their marketing consultants. And the best news I can tell you is they brought food. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the food first. How are you doing?
I'm good.
You got some deals going on specifically for this.
We do. So these are deals for our football fans. So this fall season, we have come up with these new boxes called the TC Touchdown boxes. And what they are a dozen bean and cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and then we also have a dozen flauta box.
Flautas.
Both of them for $9.99.
Awesome.
So they're available Thursday through Sunday every weekend this fall.
Well, something just happened. Thank you so much. Hold on. Don't leave. What happened? What happened?
Well, we might have
something always happens. Okay, Gabe, tell us a little bit. You guys have a 40th anniversary coming up, too.
Right. So next Friday, mark this date down on the calendar. Next Friday, September 21st, we're going to be celebrating a block party at our original Taco Cabana on Hildebrand and San Pedro from 6 to 9 p.m. We're going to have folklorico dancers, flamenco dancers, mariachis, and a live band, live music. So come out to the location and check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And not to mention some great food. Yeah. All right, Taco Cabana, guys, thank you all so much. Sandra, Gabe, back to you guys.
All right, Mike, thanks. And the Warren defensive front continues to dominate. That's the same guy who scored. D'Angelo Ortiz, who has the interception return for a touchdown, now has a sack on David Dodd.
Well, as you saw, the snap was a little errant, so Dodd had to find the ears first, and then once that happened, you give those quick those quick defensive linemen from Warren an extra step to make a play, and they're going to do exactly that. 46 having himself a nice week all in one night.
I tell you, you said he was the fastest that Coach Robbins had coached in a long, long time, maybe ever, and showed his athletic ability on that interception. Drilled the running back who doesn't have the ball. It's Dodd instead. He's got a nice gain, not enough for a first down on 2nd and a mile. Jeremy Martinez makes the tackle. But boy, we've had some big collisions. While we were talking to Mike, we had one at midfield involving Zion Taylor. Josiah Gutierrez-Smith might have had the collision of the game nominee right there. And then even though Taylor didn't get it that time, he took a wallop.
What is it with Josiah's in San Antonio that can hit you?
3rd and 7, and just through the outstretched hands of Sam Castillo. And so that'll cause O'Connor to punt the football. And I tell you what, David Dodd's seen enough of this Warren defensive front tonight.
And we're just getting started.
Big Kaleb Williams in his face again on that throw as Brown is back to punt it away.
Got a glimpse of Coach Hooper, the O'Connor offensive coordinator, looking to try to get something going here early.
David Randall back to receive. No, check that. The punt from the foot of Josh Brown is headed towards Ryan Anders, who lets it go out of bounds. And Warren's offense now has a chance to score as we tell you about the San Antonio Sports All-Star Cheer Challenge powered by CPS Energy. That's underway. Register your squad to win a $1,000 or $500 cash grant to cheer at the Army All-American Bowl or the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game in the Alamo Dome on January the 5th. Just visit the CW35.com today for our San Antonio Sports All-Star Cheer Challenge. The cheer squads that get the most votes will be in the dome.
Pretty much what we expected, huh, Don? I mean, we got 2 top 10 teams in the area, 2 really talented, big, athletic squads, and both trying to fight for district supremacy here in the early going.
Pitch to the right-hand side to Stanford. He's got room, and he's got about 9. Elijah Ornelas over there to take him down, but not before a big gain for the Warren offense.
We got some barking going on afterwards, about what you'd expect.
Yeah, you know, we hyped up the O'Connor offensive line all week, and maybe that Warren defensive front feels a little disrespected because they're winning the battle of the trenches so far. Throw it out here to the near side. That's Ryan Anders. And Anders gets the first down and gets the 45-yard line. Tim McRae on the tackle.
Yeah, really nice job by Warren picking up anything on that play because Jonathan Renteria from O'Connor was able to squirt through there and alter the throwing path on that particular pass play. Warren's still able to pick up really nice yardage on that play and move the sticks.
Here's another pitch to Stanford. He's taken out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. As you look at our Alamo Real Estate Brokers Smile Cam, the Warren Warrior fans with a lot to smile about here tonight. They're up 7-0 as we near the end of the first quarter. And 2nd down and 10 for Warren.
After a really nice play by Connor Callahan. We've called his name already a couple of times tonight. Holding the edge, shucking the block, and then making a tackle.
Ball thrown, almost intercepted on the slant pass as Jonathan Segovia with good coverage.
There we go, almost another pick for this O'Connor defense. Great job by 32, getting that hand in the air and knocking it away.
It's Jonathan Renteria, who almost came up with the pick. Sets up 3rd down and 10. Warren at their own 45. Rasco is a threat. He hasn't been targeted tonight. He's at the bottom of your screen, wearing number 29. Segovia in motion. Instead, they keep it. Quarterback keeper's got some room. 1st down and more near the 30-yard line, and a flag flies late. That might be a hold.
Holding on the offense.
And if my memory serves me, that's the 4th holding call in the night. That's negated big plays on both sides.
Well, it is coming back, but cannot say enough about Jonta Waller here, making this play here at the end. He gets a big arm out. Look at him, number 5, saves it. And then look at the activity after he's got the quarterback. I mean, he's doing everything in his power to try to strip that football. That's just a really nice play there out on the edge.
So we'll replay the down with a 5-yard penalty. It's 3rd and 14. Allen scrambling. He's going to run it, and he's going to be lassoed after a gain of only about 5. Gabe Diaz chased him down, short of the 1st down, and Warren will have to punt it away.
Well, Christian Allen didn't make a lot happen on that play, but he did all he could. I mean, just a great job having that internal clock going off in his head. He could feel the pressure coming around on the backside. Had no other choice but to tuck it and go with it.
Kyle Elder will punt it away. Rustin back, standing near his 20-yard line, and we've got movement up front.
The offense, still 4th down.
Gotta back him up a little bit. Kick it again.
Well, we talked about it all week on the Fox side, Don, about how this was just going to be a physical barroom brawl in the trenches between these two teams. I mean, they're as athletic and big as you're going to see on any high school team here in San Antonio.
Nice high kick. Rustin at his 25 takes it with defenders all around him, and he got through that one. Got to the 30, and he takes a massive hit from the O'Connor defense as Jacoby Barkley was there to drill him.
Something tells me that that's just okay with Rusty. He's looking for somebody to hit.
Yeah, he's always looking for somebody to hit as we have our Sprouts Farmers Market player profile. This is Logan Parr. This is the young man who's a 4-star recruit. He's got 19 offers, including Texas and Oklahoma, and a host of other big-time programs. Great in the classroom, first-team all-academic. He's the inside there, 71. He's about 300 pounds now, continues to grow. We've seen him out here since his freshman year. And right next to him is big Brandon Brown, who's headed to TCU. Imagine lining up against those two in high school.
And they're both on the left side, which is interesting. They both started every game since they've been a freshman, but it's like Coach Molesky told us. I mean, when these guys walked in the door, they certainly didn't look like freshmen. And I'll tell you right now, they don't look like high school players.
No, they don't, as Dodd keeps and runs right behind them, but not enough. We saw some of their practice tape this week, and the poor kids that have to go against them in drills. Brandon Brown was pushing guys 5-10 yards off the line, just exploding.
But, you know, that's the interesting thing about what they have at O'Connor is you got Piercy at center, Metalese at the other guard, and then Navarrillo, who's just a sophomore over on the right side. I mean, all these guys can play.
3rd down and 8. Dodd pressured again, scrambles to his left, now fires, and it's incomplete. No flags. It'll be 3rd and 8, and O'Connor will have to punt it.
Well, Dodd did an outstanding job. Once that pressure got to him, he baited a couple of guys that were trying to make tackles, and then he was able to pop it outside. Just, it was hard to set his feet and get that throw off, but nice job, the initial read, popping it out to the outside, trying to make a play with his feet, throwing it.
Ryan Anders back to receive the punt. It's end over end. He's got some time, but he calls a fair catch at the 32. Probably had a chance to return that one.
Yeah, better to be safe than sorry.
And we've got 23 seconds left here in the quarter. Jeff Robbins' team up 7-0. As we take a look at our TNL top 10 this week. Judson canceled their game with Harlingen tomorrow. They were set to go down to the Valley, but with the weather moving in, they said, you know what, we'll take the extra week to prepare for Steele, who sits there at number 6, is their opponent next week. This O'Connor team, number 2. And we saw Warren also ranked as Anders catches it, and he's pushed out of bounds right there at the 31-yard line. What a matchup that'll be next week, though, Judson and Steele.
Yeah, and we've got O'Connor number 2, but this is a really young O'Connor team. And I know, we know what Coach Molesky has built at O'Connor. It's been something special, but, I think in some ways he's a little surprised that they're 2-0 because he says they're making a lot of young mistakes, which they will, but he thinks that they're going to be just as good as any O'Connor team they've had. They got a chance to at least, and as you can see, they made another play on defense. Again, they're young, but they're awfully talented and athletic.
Jonathan Renteria blowing up the option pitch to the right-hand side, and that'll do it for quarter number 1 here at Gustafson Stadium. Oh, yeah, it looks good. The Warren Warriors defense, that is, they're fired up. 2 interceptions and a 7-0 lead. We're coming back with more of Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights, the second quarter of action, right after this. Welcome back. It's our Associated Collision Center first quarter highlights, brought to you by Associated Collision Center, your trusted professionals since 1976. Kaleb Williams with the batted ball. Oski got Warren their first pick of the game, and then their second one comes, and that goes for 6. D'Angelo Ortiz with the pick and the return, and that's where we stand, 7-0 as we start the second quarter, and Warren has the football at their own 26-yard line.
Williams had that amazing pick, and he was the guy that batted the ball for the second one.
He hit the helmet on that first one. I didn't realize that the first time around. Went off of Dodd's helmet and then back up into the air as Allen scrambles for a nice gain. Let's run down the numbers in the first quarter. O'Connor had the football more, but Chuck Warren's made the big plays.
Well, there have been some big plays in this game, but you're right. They've all come from the defense, and the reason why we got 7 on the board at all is because of these defenses. They have been absolutely swarming around to the football and doing a good job containing these offenses for the most part, as we got another punt.
Grant Rustin back to receive. And it's shanked off the side of the foot, but it's got a good roll inside the 25 as we go down to the sidelines and Mike Hernandez. Mike?
All right, great game. Again, a lot of defense, some big plays. I'm loving this. I'm joined by San Antonio Sports President and CEO Russ Bookbinder on my right. To my left here, this is Scott Davis, and Scott is the CEO of Methodist Texan Hospitals, and Dr. Elliot Young, who's a physician at Sports Medicine Associates of San Antonio. Thank you guys for joining us. I appreciate it. So first, let's talk about this beyond the game, because that's why we're all here. And Russ, it's a great initiative. Tell us about it.
Well, we appreciate Sinclair very, very much in helping us, and Methodist as well. San Antonio Sports has teamed up, guys, to provide a platform for middle and high school students to exhibit values that their coaches are teaching them every day. So we ask those teams to upload photographs and narratives to our website at sanantoniosports.org. We'll put them on the TNL broadcast and other places, and 4 teams out of all of those will come to the San Antonio Sports High School All-Star Game in January and be recognized. So we're grateful.
Yeah, and you guys do a great job. Thank you so much. All right, so tell us why Methodist is involved in this.
Absolutely. So Methodist Healthcare System, our mission is serving humanity to honor God. And one way we do that is through building partnerships with the community. And really, as the premier provider of sports medicine in San Antonio and in the region, we really wanted to inspire our students and our student athletes to serve the community in a meaningful way. And beyond the game, highlights and allows us to put really a spotlight on those kids serving others.
And Dr. Young, your part in this, and how do the physicians fit in this?
Well, we get to serve the athletes because we're the largest sports medicine provider in the region, and we get to partner with Methodist Healthcare Sports Medicine Program. So we see these kids on the sidelines and in our practice, and we know they're doing good work in the community, so we're proud of them. It's a pleasure to be part of a program that gets to recognize their efforts.
Well, thank you for what you do. Thank you, Methodist. And thank you, of course, San Antonio Sports, guys. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Mike. The Beyond the Game initiative, making a difference in the community, being embraced by high school and middle school students all over the city now. We appreciate San Antonio Sports for their sponsorship. As we're sorting out this drive at 2nd and 10. And again, Warren doing a good job of keeping O'Connor behind the sticks most of this football game.
Just not a lot of room to run, and now we got a fumble.
Dodd trying to run it down. He's got it, but his knee touched down inside the 20 at about the 19, and now it'll be 3rd down and a mile. And again, David Molesky has to be frustrated that his offense has been playing this far behind the chains all game long.
Well, they knew they were going to get a test tonight, and he made no bones about it. He's watched the tape just like everybody else, and just been a little bit off, but that's what happens. It's like being in a boxing match, man. You take all these body blows, and then all of a sudden, you start overthinking things because one part of this game just starts making an influence on you, and that part is the defensive line.
And another great play by D'Angelo Ortiz. And remember, he's going up against 4-star guys, and 46 just showed his speed, cutting inside to make the tackle there, coming from his outside defensive end spot against Brown and Parr.
Yeah, you see, and they even had Kenton Brown, who also plays offensive line, so they've juggled some things to try to account for the size of the O'Connor offensive line. So far, they've obviously been equal to the task.
Brown on to punt it away. Ryan Anders again calls for the fair catch at about his 44-yard line. And Warren's got good field position. They've got a 7-0 lead as we're early in the second quarter here at Gustafson Stadium. Welcome back. Our Alamo Real Estate Brokers Smile Cam was out at the Warren Pep Rally today, and It must have paid off. The Warriors with a lot of pep in their step tonight as they lead at 7-0 on a couple of big defensive plays.
Just been an outstanding performance all the way around by this Warren defense, to say the least. And just really enjoyed my time talking to Coach Robbins this week and about the kind of kid that he's got over at Warren. Really talked about, top to bottom, what a bunch of great kids he has and how easy they are to coach and how they've all bought into what they're trying to do. And, talked about there's just certain things that aren't negotiable with him, and one of them is they're going to be the most physical team and they're going to be the team that's best in shape. He says it tries not to give them a lot of rules, but he's not going to bend on any of those two that I just mentioned. And I'll tell you what, especially on defense, they have absolutely looked the part tonight.
First down and 10. Stanford's got it. Oh, excuse me, they faked it to him. They faked me out. Go right up the middle, back to the line of scrimmage. Is Allen who kept it. Set up second down. Yeah, Jeff Robbins has been waiting for many, many years for his first head coaching position. He's one of the better coaches we've had in town for years as an assistant, but was very patient there, working there on Brian Dowson's staff. And again, his dad, the legendary Mike Robbins, who's one of the winningest coaches in Texas high school football history, coached all over South Texas. Allen fires to the outside, and O'Connor's defense, Rustin, punt returner, made a great beat on the ball and then almost came up with a pick six.
I'll tell you, he's been playing with a lot of physicality tonight, and we've been extolling the virtues of how great this Warren defense is. Well, O'Connor's not giving anything away either. They've had 3 opportunities here to create a turnover, and sooner or later you keep putting yourself in a position to make those plays, and they're going to start happening. I mean, that's just good, clean, sound football, and they've done a good job here pitching the shutout too.
Third down and 11. Allen mishandles, and he's taken down from behind by the big fella, Bryson Greer, showing some speed with that size, and he's got a sack.
Bryson Greer. Boy, you talk about a big beastie in the middle there. Just look at the size of this guy, and this guy started 14 games as a sophomore. He's got some help on that line, but this guy's super active, and again, just another one of those guys that there's no way you would ever confuse him for a high school football player. Looks like he should be playing for somebody in the Big 12 somewhere. Probably will be.
Nice punt. Backing up. In fact, that may go all the way through. Was that 70 yards? Kyle Elder got all into that one. Maybe too much of it. O'Connor will have the football when we come back. Just a rocket off the foot of Kyle Elder. Gets credit for 63 yards, could have been 80. Way it went through the back of the end zone. Has O'Connor backed up. A touchback on their own 20-yard line.
We've got these 2 great defenses tonight. Now we've got to figure out, hey, which offense is going to try to get something going here first?
Here's David Dodd. Hands it inside.
Dodd's been very impressive. Coaching staff at O'Connor thrilled with his start, Coming in, you beat Steele. They scrimmaged Smithson Valley, coming off a big win last week against Holmes, and Dodd showing some leadership qualities, made some tough throws in some really tough situations. Gonna have to do it again tonight.
Just a junior, and he's got the daunting task of 94 and 46 tonight. Second down, a little option pitch. And again, the Warren defense there to meet the challenge. And that's Eli Huron coming up to make the tackle on the option pitch.
We got the offensive line going one way, tried to fake him out backside, and boy, Eli having none of it. Getting in there and finishing that play off. Just not a whole lot of room to run so far for the O'Connor Panthers.
Eli's got an interception already this year. Sets up third down and 8 for Dodd. He's got 3 receivers to his left side, and he looks that way. fires on the slant over the middle, and that's incomplete, too tall for Sam Castillo. And again, good coverage by the Warren secondary, and the Warriors defense holds again.
Yeah, Trevante Simeon again, another junior, so another underclassman. Outstanding coverage. Was able to stay right with the intended receiver and make it really hard for that ball to be completed on the back end.
So Josh Brown will kick it away from his own 10. End over end kick. And a great catch by Ryan Anders, who had to fight through some traffic to extend his arms to catch that one. That is not an easy job. He made it look easy with that snap.
Yeah, and even his coach came over there to give him a little high five after that one.
Coming up at halftime, it's our Lockaway Storage halftime show. We'll hear from a couple of the biggest and the best bands in the region. That includes the O'Connor Marching Band and Warren, and we'll introduce you to our Vulcan Materials Company Scholar Athletes of the Week. That's all coming up on the Lockaway Storage halftime show.
Well, here we are. You know, Warren does like to run 2 quarterbacks out there, and they got the number 2 guy in there as well.
Absolutely. Anthony Cisneros has put up big numbers this year. We knew they would both play. He picks up about 5 before he's met head on. Nice tackle by Elijah Ornelas. Cisneros has rushed for 93 yards and 2 touchdowns on the season. And again, he's thrown it a lot more than Allen.
Well, what's interesting about the coaching philosophy at Warren is they like to run 2 guys out there. And talking to Coach Robbins, he said, hey, he grew up with Coach Padron, and that was his philosophy. Hey, get 2 guys out there. It helps with, you know, bringing guys up. It helps in case you get a guy injured. He's always been a guy that liked having multiple quarterbacks out there, and they're rolling with it, and they think both these guys can play, and they can.
Yeah, and Anthony Cisneros with another gain there. Nice gain. Puts him in position to convert here on 3rd and short.
Yeah, so it's great from a developmental standpoint. Both kids, very, very bright students of the game. And it helps when one guy comes off the field, he can kind of reflect on what's going on. And so there's coaching constantly, whether you're in the game or whether you're watching on the sideline.
All right, 3rd down and 2. And it's Cisneros doing the honors himself, and he's picked up another Kielbasa smoke meat 1st down. Connor Callahan on the tackle, but Anthony Cisneros has come in and sparked this Warren offense with his legs.
Well, we talked about these defenses, obviously, ad nauseum tonight, but one of the things that you start to see when you start forcing these 3 and outs, all of a sudden, you start to win the field position battle. So Warren getting a nice opportunity here, working on a short field, and so far making the most of it.
New set of downs for Cisneros. And we've got movement on the line, and not sure if...
Line of scrimmage, offense. Replay, 1st down.
The O'Connor blitz kind of baited the offensive line to move a little bit. Set up 1st and 15.
Yeah, so you move the sticks a couple of times, and then you get a infraction there that moves you back 5 yards. Kind of has a tendency to throw off your offense a little bit. Let's see if Warren can overcome it.
Turner back in the backfield. They hand it to him. His first carry of the night. He does a good job picking up about 6. Jack Jennings on the tackles. We take a look at one of our Sprouts Farmers Market player profile. It's Christian Vasquez from Warren. He's a 2-year letterman. He's a marksman on the ROTC shooting team, and he's a lifeguard at SeaWorld Aquatica, and also carrying a 91 GPA, and he's doing the dirty work up front.
Sniper, look at his helmet.
2nd down and 8. And in trouble is Cisneros, but did a good job of buying time, but he wasn't going anywhere as that O'Connor defense come up to make the tackle. Connor Callahan again, and that's probably his 6th or 7th tackle on the night.
Yeah, they brought Connor Callahan on a delayed blitz, and you know, like you said earlier, you know, you get that internal clock going off in your head, and all of a sudden O'Connor's sending guys from all different angles. it could be daunting as a quarterback, but there you see he comes in with a clean shot. Wasn't able to finish him off right there, but got a second crack at him and didn't whip the second time, and then got some help from his buddies to finish him off.
So it's 3rd and long, 3rd and 11 for the junior quarterback Cisneros, who again keeps up the middle, and he's going to be close to a first down, a little short. Good speed closing there by Callahan and his teammate Ornalis.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be a little bit short, but sometimes, Don, look at this, just a little shoulder fake. He got everybody going one way, and then look at the gut up the middle. Great job clearing some room by Vasquez, Reyes, Espino, Rojas, and Gonzalez up there.
He goes forward on 4th down. It looked to me like the ball may have gotten to the 25-yard line. Depends on where they spot it. It looked like they're spotting it short of that.
They are.
This is a close one down the line. Gabe Ortiz on the tackle. They're going to say it's a turnover. I don't know. The ball may have gotten the 25. They needed short of the 25 to get the first down.
Now, either way, a great stand by the O'Connor Panthers. First signs of life from either offense tonight. They moved the sticks on them a couple of times, and the O'Connor defense has really played well here tonight as well. Huge play. Stopping the momentum. Looked like Warren was starting to get a little off.
Good play by that O'Connor defense, and we have a change of possession with 1:22 left in the half. Dodd looking down the sidelines, and it was almost intercepted again. He had his tight end there. Big Eric Lepardi. He got a hand on it, and then it was a free ball, and lucky it wasn't picked off again.
Well, you know, Dodd coming into this game, as we said, I mean, he completed 78% of his passes, and it's not like they were playing Sisters of the Poor. I mean, these guys knocked off steel. So that was a really good throw right there, though. He stepped into it nice and strong. Just a tick off.
2nd and 10. That's Castillo on a little sweep, little jet sweep. He gets back to the line of scrimmage and dives ahead, and now we have maybe a personal foul after the play is over. Maybe a face mask.
Dan Castillo on carry, brought down by David Randall.
I don't know who was the first guy that blew that up, but man, there was somebody out there on the edge just totally shucking blocks and able to stone that.
Got a dead ball, personal foul on the defense. 15 yards, automatic first down.
A little extracurricular activity there by the Warren defense. And that's going to cost them 15.
Yeah, you don't need any of that, especially after you guys just made a play. But, you know, some of that is a product of guys just playing hard. They're playing football out there, so look at the helmets of those guys up front.
Been through some battles here on first down. Dodd looking to throw, scrambled, going to be sacked again. Guess who? Kaleb Williams.
Wow, Kaleb Williams can play. I mean, I know, Don, we knew he could play, but I'll tell you what, he's passing the eye test tonight. You can watch all the tape you want on a guy, and
the
looks
push.
good. And got held and still made a play.
Just the push, the bull rush up the middle, and the strength. Very impressive.
Yeah, I mean,
no swim move needed.
No, I mean, he's just one of the most technically sound defensive linemen that Coach Robbins has ever seen. Look out.
In space, Zion off to the races. Inside the 20, all the way down to about the 15-yard line.
Well, just when you think you've got the run stopped, huh?
Check that, the 9, a 60-yard run, Zion. We knew that he was special. We saw him last year. Zion Taylor, he played some defensive back last year. But showed his speed on that run. Picking up 60. And all of a sudden, with 7 seconds to go in the half, O'Connor has a chance.
They finally got that big play they were looking for.
Dodd gonna throw it up for his big target, and it's incomplete. And now a late flag.
We're going to get taunting at the end of this.
Oh, did they score a touchdown? We never got a signal from the official. that it was caught. But it looks like it was a touchdown and then a taunting call afterwards. The line judge was all over it. He never gave a signal that it was caught.
We'll let him sort it out. We'll see what we have here. It's a great play by Chase Lockey, though. Just like a basketball player, waiting for this thing to come down. Watch him get some leverage on this. May have gotten away with a little push there at the end, but it was not called. I think they got him for that at the end.
There's the signal, but man, did a foot come down? He only has to get
on the offense. Will be forced on the try. Just a try.
all he has to have is one. Do you think he got one down?
I wasn't even looking. I was just mesmerized by how great a job Chase was doing to put himself in a position to make that catch.
The extra point is going to be a long one. Yeah, Chase Locke with a very, very athletic play. Can't tell from that angle.
Yeah, it looked like he might have got that in.
The officials all over it from that. The field judge is right there. His right foot came down and then his left foot was out. So all you need is one.
Yeah, 1 minus 1 equals 6 in this particular case.
And the extra point's going to be 28-yarder. Or it's going to be more than that. This is going to be spotted at the 18. So it'll be about a 35-yarder.
Well, I do know this because I was watching these O'Connor guys before the game, and this won't be a layup by any means, but certainly he got enough leg to make this field goal right here.
Cheflin Leslie on the attempt. It's on its way, and it is good. We've got ourselves a tie ball game.
And that was the last play of the first half.
An exciting half of football here at Gustafson Stadium. Chase Locke tying it up on the alley-oop throw from David Dodd. When we come back, it's our Lockaway Storage halftime show. We will hear from both schools' bands, and if you're joining us around the country on the Stadium Network, wait till you get a load of the bands here in Texas. It's going to be a special halftime show. And Mike Hernandez is catching up with Jeff Robbins. Let's go down there.
All right, Coach. Great first half defensively, other than those last 10 seconds. Can you tell me what happened there?
Well, we lost contain that good running back. He's a good player. They got a good team, so we got to come out second half ready to go.
Are you happy with the effort so far?
Effort's good. Effort's always going to be good. We got to fix some things inside, and we'll come back second half ready to go.
All right, good luck to you.
Thanks.
Jeff Robbins, one of the best. We're coming back with our halftime show after this.
Welcome to the Lockaway Storage Halftime Show.
All right, welcome back. It's halftime here at Gus Stadium. It's 7-7. What a ball game between O'Connor and Warren. Speaking of wow, hey, it's Glecko. How you doing,
I love that segue. That's a perfect one.
How you doing?
It's a great game. It's a great game. It's beautiful weather, too.
Yeah, I'll take responsibility for that.
Yeah, that's all you, Mike.
Since I get blamed for the bad stuff.
That's right. Might as well.
All right, so you're here again to talk about the crew? Tell us
That's
about
right. Actually, we want to thank everybody, all our viewers that went on and became a viewer last week. And And, we are wrapping up the This Is Us promotion, which is actually going to be, we're announcing the winners tomorrow on our lifestyle shows. But if you want to become a member and a loyal member, just go over there to the crew, text crew 44332, and then you're a member. We give you all kinds of discounts as far as prizes, concerts, free everything, and it's kind of a cool little deal.
All right. Hey, man, so do you think you could put on the pads again and go out there and do it?
Well, you know what? I'm not one to brag, but, I could throw a ball pretty good.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not, my arm is dislocated for some reason. I don't know what happened this morning. I got up and I stretched it. I don't know.
Okay, well, while you stretch that out,
I'll say it.
Thank you, Cleto. I appreciate it. All right, again, 7-7 halftime. Don't go. We got a great halftime show. We're going to go ahead and turn it over and listen and watch the O'Connor Panthers.
And if you would like to vote for the O'Connor High School Band, text Band 5 to 44332. The bands who perform this year will win a $5,000 band grant, all based on votes. You can vote for your favorite band, and it's possible thanks to the Children's Hospital of San Antonio. So again, a $5,000 band grant will go to the band that gets the most votes. Again, O'Connor, band 5 to 44332.
You're watching the Lockaway Storage Halftime Show.
Welcome back. Let's go down now to the sidelines and hear the Earl Warren High School Marching Band. To vote for the Warren High School Band, text Band 6 to 44332. That's Band 6 without any spaces. For complete texting guidelines, go to the CW35.com. This year's band grant is presented by the Children's Hospital of San Antonio. San Antonio middle and high school athletes are doing great things for our community. San Antonio Sports and Methodist Healthcare are shining the light on teams that model key values through their actions.
This week, we recognize 2 local programs whose community projects demonstrate beyond the game values. Last spring, the Taft boys and girls basketball teams visited several elementary schools to inspire the students as they participated in the Read to the Final Four program. The Johnson Band recently volunteered at Habitat for Humanity with Blueprint Ministries. They work to build homes for people in need. These generous young people enjoyed team-building opportunities that demonstrated the beyond the game values of selfless service, caring, and respect. San Antonio Sports and Methodist Healthcare salute high school and middle school coaches who inspire their teams to serve others. Parents, teachers, and coaches can nominate teams that go beyond the game. Visit sanantoniosports.org.
You're watching the Lockaway Storage Halftime Show.
This is John Dinsmore, the scholar athlete from Warren High School. John is a 3-year letterman in football, and after playing defense, he's been moved to fullback on offense this year.
It's definitely a learning curve, different atmosphere. Got to think a little bit more. Can't just run in there and knock heads. It's a good change, though. I like it. You know, I'm going into the position well. It took a while to adjust to, but I'm starting to get the hang of it.
Along with all the demands of football and extracurricular activities, John somehow finds a way to keep a 97 grade point average.
It's really about getting your stuff done, honestly. Like after practice, instead of, maybe going home, going to sleep, or laying in bed, just go home, get your homework done, and have it done for the night, Showing up early in the mornings to school for tutoring, for extra work, just anytime you get your stuff done, get it done, not wasting time in class, if it gives you time to work on it, work on the assignment.
His schedule is busy, being a member of the National Honor Society and at his church, United Methodist, but one of his favorites is something called the Save Zone.
What it really is, it provides faith-based guidance in our life, and it really brings the team together because it's more of an athletic group of athletes, and it just provides us guidance not only in our sport and school, but in life.
John plans on attending college after high school and majoring in finance. Our next scholar athlete is Brannon Brown from O'Connor High School. Now, Brannon is a 4-year starter on the football team, playing offensive guard, and he just loves it.
You have like tackle, you have a whole ocean kind of out there you have to take care of, but when you're at guard, you have a little island, and you just tee off on people all the time. I love it.
His accomplishments on the field are many, including being named First Team All-State in 2017 and Offensive Lineman of the Year by Dave Campbell's Texas Football. And he's really involved in his church as well.
Church is by far my favorite. But other than the church, I'm involved in my FCA. We go to the food bank over summer almost on Thursdays, and I've gone to food bank and actually helped with some of my other friends' churches, and I just find helping other people as one thing that I love to do.
Brannon comes from a long line of outstanding athletes in his family, and his inspirations are his older brother and his parents.
My parents have always pushed me to be the best person, not only spiritually, but physically and mentally, and always have the best manners that there is, and I really feel like they've raised me 100% right.
Valerie Garza, representing Vulcan Materials Company, was proud to present certificates for this week's Scholar Athletes of the Week, John Dinsmore and Brannon Brown.
Thanks for watching the Lockaway Storage Halftime Show. Stay tuned for the second half kickoff.
Welcome back to Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights presented by Taco Cabana. It is 7-7 at the half. O'Connor and Warren, which brings us to our game highlights brought to you by Associated Collision Center, your trusted professional since 1976. Big Kaleb Williams made the first big play of the game with the batted ball interception, and batted another one a little bit later that led to a touchdown. D'Angelo Ortiz making a play right here, taking it back for the pick six, and that gave Warren a 7-0 lead. O'Connor facing a very tough defensive front that has been in their face all night long. Panthers got it together late to run in the half. Chase Lott coming down, getting a foot down right before the half. 7 seconds left in the second quarter when he made this play. And that's how we're all tied up at 7-all.
Well, Don, it was an interesting first half to say the least, and all these yards, man, coming at a price. These defenses have been amazing, and they're in for a whale of a second half.
It's our HEB second half kickoff. It's taken by Rustin, and it's up to the 25-yard line. Grant Rustin on the return. And we'll see if David Dodd and company can get that offense going again. They had a huge play at the end of the first half by Zion Taylor, a 60-yard run that set up that touchdown. But most of the night, they've been stomped by that front four.
Well, you know,
Warren.
There's been some mistakes in this football game, and really, you know, O'Connor, remember on that last drive, they were aided by a penalty, and that kind of kick-started their offense. So we'll see if they can keep the momentum going, as you said, finishing off the first half with a TD.
There's an inside handoff to Taylor. He's got a couple as we go down to the sidelines, and Mike Hernandez. Mike?
Guys, I was really, really interested to see what Coach Molesky, the O'Connor head coach, was going to say. He says that, yes, they shot themselves in the foot a little bit, but that they're up against a very, very good Warren team, especially that defense. And he says right now, he goes, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what happened in the first half, the good, the bad. All that matters is they come out here and they execute, and they want it more. He goes, and he says, I'm really excited to see what they do.
Dodd under pressure, and he threw that one. That might be a fumble. They're calling it incomplete. D'Angelo Ortiz had him by the ankles. I don't know, Chuck. That looked like unless they called him in the grasp. I don't know if there's such a rule in high school, but that ball went backwards, did it not?
Well, it was a forward pass, though. At least he was trying to make it to the guy that was out there in the flag. That was awfully close, but
man. Could have been another pick six or scoop and score for Ortiz. Dodd going deep for Locke again, and he overshot it.
Look at that. Warren with 3 guys back there.
Check that Sam Castillo, the intended receiver.
Yeah, I mean, with the exception of a couple of plays, I mean, this Warren defense has been absolutely spectacular tonight. And we talk about so many times these first drives of the second half being the most important one of the game. It's a really good stand by Warren.
Pressure causes a punt off the side of the foot. It gets a great O'Connor roll inside the 40 down to about the 39-yard line. And Warren forces O'Connor in a 3-and-out on their first possession. And now the Warriors offense will have a chance. And they've also had a struggle moving the football. Their defense is responsible for their touchdown. But late in the first half, Anthony Cisneros came and really moved the team with his running ability, and he gets the nod here to start the second half.
Well, he really did. He made a really good couple of reads there, made some nice runs. Now he's getting his second opportunity to run this squad.
Turns and hands it to Stanford, who's trying to get outside, and he does not. As Rustin came up from his corner spot. That's a really good football player, number 20 right there.
I'll tell you what, he's been all over the field tonight, and even after plays, man, he's looking for somebody to hit. This is his kind of football game, and I get the impression, too, you know, as long as we've known Coach Molesky, I think he likes the fact that he's got a team that can hang with him, you know, and Molesky's got himself a young squad this year, but these guys can play, too, and 20 came up, made another fine play.
Sets up second down and 8. For Anthony Cisneros. He's going to keep it himself. This time he's not going anywhere. O'Connor's made the adjustments, knows he's a threat to run the football. The O'Connor defensive front, led by Anthony Knight, comes up and makes the tackle.
Yeah, Gabe Diaz, too, playing really low. Got kind of submarine action in there. Blew that thing up early. Once you get the penetration up there from the big guys, some other guys on the back end that can kind of clean up the mess.
So it's 3rd and 9 for Anthony Cisneros. Samuel Stanford in the backfield with him, 3 wides to the left-hand side. Fakes to Stanford, wants to throw the slant and didn't. Good coverage, and now he's going to be roped down. And I believe it's Bryson Greer again. Big number 70 having himself quite a night.
Well, again, the O'Connor defensive line doing the job. Keeping the quarterback in the pocket. Get guys outside to make the play, and then Bryson Greer, you're only going to block him for so long. It would be best to get on the ground and not have him land on top of you.
Rustin back, a low kick that bounces at the 50 and won't go anywhere after that. Down to about the 47-yard line. O'Connor will have it when we come back in a good one. Tied at 7 here at Gus. Here's our Alamo Real Estate Brokers smile cam. The Brennan Bears giving back, working the concession stands and blowing out the microphones in the process. Part of that Beyond the Game initiative. Brennan Bears taking over. First down and 10. Taylor's got it. He's not finished off yet. He pushes forward for about 2 more. It's near the 50. Maybe a gain of 1, 2.
And we talked about it earlier about winning the field position game. Boy, and especially in a game like this where it's so tight and, you know, it's blood and guts on every single yard. Good job by the O'Connor Panthers getting some stops and setting their offense up.
Taylor's got it on a sweep. Makes a nice move to cut inside, then back outside. He's got the first down and he's got the 40. Really good job of using his eyes and finding open space. Zion Taylor.
The second outstanding run of the night. Just what O'Connor needed as they get the ball here. Start the third quarter.
Taquan Banks finally brought him down. Not before he picked up another kielbasa smoked meat first down.
And if you're going to run left, it's a good place to start if you're the O'Connor Panthers. Those 2 big guys out there on that side of the ball.
Taylor again right up the middle. He's got some space and he's got another 10 yards.
Big guys in O'Connor, yeah, really doing a good job up front and starting to show their might in this football game.
Yeah, this is where that 600 pounds of left guard, left tackle start to wear down on that smaller defensive front. Second half, and those 2 big boys are coming at you every snap. You're smart if you're Taylor, you just run right behind them. Loose ball. Dodd picks it up. And he gets to the 30. Busted play there.
Yeah, there have been points during this football game where you really feel like you're watching a rugby scrum. I mean, it has been fist to face, both teams throwing punches. It has been tough sledding tonight in terms of the physicality.
I'm a little surprised that it's this low scoring. I knew there were 2 good defensive teams, but if you would have told me it'd be 7-7, I'd have been shocked. Dodd wants to go deep. Now he has to force it underneath. It's incomplete. Great for Dylan Murray.
Great job by Warren's defense, especially. You know, you take a couple of body blows. O'Connor's sticking it to you on the run, and they want to take a shot downfield. I think they may have had a guy open right there, but it's tough, man, when you got that many guys that are putting the pressure on you play in and play out. Now they're in the 3rd and long.
3rd and 10 from the 31. Dodd, straight drop. Dancing, he's got trouble, and he's got Williams on his back again. In fact, it's Williams and Ortiz.
Double trouble. Tell you what, that Dodd, he is something else in terms of some of the hits that he's taken tonight. When you get a guy that's 240, gets a chance to pound on you right there and finish you off, and you bounce up.
Did a good job to hang on to the football.
Yeah, he sure did.
Almost had a strip sack. But boy, Kaleb Williams is the real deal. And this will likely be a little quick kick thing. No, they're going for it. On 4th and deep. And they're going for the end zone, and it's batted down. Good coverage back there by David Randall to break it up. Warren saves themselves some field position, and they'll have the football when we come back.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by Roselle Gardens.
All right, welcome back. I'm joined on the field by Alfonso Alvarado. He's the O'Connor band director. How you doing?
Doing great, sir.
So I saw the halftime show looked good. Now, is that the UIL performance?
Yes, sir. That's a UIL performance. That's just a portion of it. Every week we add a different production until we get to the end.
All right. So how far along are you now?
Right now we're about 50%, so we're almost done and completed. So we're on our way to progress and be successful.
So how do you guys think you're going to do in district? You guys are normally pretty strong.
Yeah, we're pretty strong. It's my first year, so we're transitioning to some positive attitudes, and some great things are happening still, and some successes that we always have. So we're just pushing and moving forward.
Well, good luck to you and enter your UIL competitions.
Thank you so much.
Good luck for the rest of the year.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right, back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Mike. Short handoff inside on first down. Tell him Turner with the carry and about 2.
Yeah, who's going to flinch first?
I don't know, but it's fun to watch. Physical fist fight. We knew it was going to be that. Both teams talked about it this week.
I just like the fact that you got 2 really good football teams, both 2-0, and both trying to get the early leg up on 28-6A.
Second down and 8 from the 40. And again, Cisneros looking to run, but that time he had nowhere to go. Another good defensive play, this time by Anthony Knight.
Yeah, Anthony Knight, Charles Trammell, both saw action as juniors, both getting a chance to start as seniors, and both having a whale of a game. They're getting pressure inside, outside, and from all over the place. They've been very, very special here tonight.
4:47 left in the third quarter, and third down and 12 for the Warriors, who throw it. It's caught by Rasco. It's short of the first down. First attempt of the night from Cisneros, and Rasco did a nice job going up and getting it, but they just did not have enough to move the sticks.
Yeah, really good route by Rasco, and coach has really talked about how precise he runs these routes. Curled it back inside, made a nice leaping grab, and he's making the transition from defense to offense. They really like with this young man. He's a leader and a really good football player.
Elder stands about his 30, kicks it off. It's a low kick to Rustin. He's going to let it bounce. And now he's going to pick it up. And he's got some room, but he's dragged down from behind, and a flag flies. And we're going to probably have some sort of infraction against O'Connor. Randall made the tackle. They're going to talk it over, and they may have to back this up inside the 20.
Got a block in the back. On white. First down.
And we'll take a break. When we come back, it'll be O'Connor football. Welcome back to Gustafson Stadium here in San Antonio, Texas, where O'Connor's got the football back in a tie game, and they try to swing it outside, and Zion Taylor does, and then a flag flies late. Traquan Banks on the tackle, and Taylor limps a little bit as they sort this out.
You got 2 teams fighting for every inch in this football game. And this is as hotly contested TNL ball game, Don, as I ever can remember doing these.
Yeah, and you think about the rest of the way, and you think about the other teams in this district and how they're...
Offense, 10 yards, repeat.
Yeah, I mean...
May have a tough time scoring against either one of these teams.
And both of these offenses are good.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, if you're Think about you're one of the other teams in this district, somebody like Jay, even with Zeno or Clark. You got to play both of these teams, and what we see here tonight, I mean, these are two good offenses. They can't move the football against the other defense.
Been fun to watch. They just look at some of these football helmets, man. We're a month into the season, and these helmets look like they've been through 3 or 4 seasons. But you can see why. I mean, this district, as big as it is, and, you got to bring. As Coach Molesky said, you don't only have to bring your A game, you got to bring your best A game when you're playing these teams.
Kielbasa smoke meat first down, and Dodd calls his own number, and it caves in on him. Warren up front making some plays. As we take a look at a Sprouts Farmers Market player profile, Eli Huron got a 93 GPA. He's a 3-year letterman. He's on the honor roll. Construction Careers Academy and Save Zone Student Organization. He volunteers there. Also, he does missionary work at the Faith Life Worship Center.
Yeah, Don, I was talking to Coach Robbins this week, and he said this is the first year they've done the leadership council, and he goes, man, I could see the change in these guys the first week into this. They've got some really tremendous leaders on this football team, not to mention football players, but he really enjoys the fact that, he's made some of these guys responsible for some of these other guys, and it's really made this a really special group to coach. He's really glad that they're doing this now alone.
Taylor has gone over 100 yards on the night, 16 carries for 104. But the O'Connor offense finds themselves in a tough spot here. Trying to run the football on 3rd and 13. Instead, they'll throw it. They complete it to May. He's a big load, and he might have the stick.
Very close.
Josiah Gutierrez-Smith pushed him out. We'll see where they mark it.
Well, there's Thunder. Don, he came to these guys late last year during the football season from Florida. And he did pick up the first down, but he didn't even bother suiting up with his team during their playoff run, but he really worked hard this offseason, and with his size, they knew he could run around, but they really didn't know what they had until the spring, and he said the first day in the spring game, he ran through 3 guys, and he's been everybody's buddy ever since.
Dodd completes it to the outside, picks up about 4. Eric Lepardi on the reception. Hey, the San Antonio Sports All-Star Cheer Challenge powered by CPS Energy is underway. Register your squad to win a $1,000 500 cash grant and cheer at the Army All-American Bowl or the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game in the Alamo Dome on January 5th. Visit CW35.com today. Yeah, imagine being David Molesky and seeing that kid walk on your campus. That makes a coach smile. Dodd's lost it. It's on the ground. And he got back on top of it. No gain on the play.
I don't know about you, but to me, it just feels like when somebody gets a first down tonight, it feels like a touchdown. I mean, that's how blood and gutty it's been up front.
You think that O'Connor might go back to lock. They've had some success. He's being played one-on-one, and he's tall. He scored a touchdown going to him. Dodd's firing underneath. Instead, it's complete, and it's a big gain for the Panthers. And there's your touchdown, Chuck.
Well,
Isaiah Saldana with a first down, a Kielbasa smoke meat first down.
Well, what I really like about this, and what a great play design by Coach Hooper. You got all your guys out wide running flies, and all you do is clear out the middle for an athlete. Check it down, move the sticks.
Zion Taylor also open on that play. If they go back to that one, Taylor on a delayed route would have worked even better. They hand it to him. He's trying to get to the outside and does.
Good tackle.
Staying with it and making a really good tackle is Jeremy Martinez.
As much as we've talked about how great the front seven is for the Warren Warriors, tell you what, those back end guys haven't given up a whole lot either. Some of the plays that we've seen tonight defensively you just don't see very often. These guys are the whole package, man, all 3 levels.
Could be the last play of the quarter. Dodd firing, and it's incomplete. Stops the clock with 9 seconds to go, intended for Sam Castillo.
Castillo's already had some big catches this year. He's the only returner as far as their wide receiver starters from a year ago. He started 14 ball games last year. Remember, they got Chase Locke transferred in here from Bernie Champion. Isaac Saldana had a big play against Holmes. Musker was talking about how some of his assistants do a really good job getting these guys ready to play football.
Locke by him, singled up again. They go deep, but it's kind of thrown to a zone spot and incomplete. And that'll end. No, we'll have 1 play left. Stops the clock with 3 seconds to go.
Dodd doing a really good job on that particular play. Does he get banged up? No, it's 4th down. But I thought he did a really good job, shoving his shoulders one way and then pivoting and throwing back. But just goes to show you how disciplined Warren was. They had guys in spots.
And Ryan Anders will let this go over his head, and this may be stopped right at the 1. What a punt. What a special teams play. Wait, we got one official saying it's a touchback. There is no way this is a touchback. What are they calling? Can we look at it again? I'm not sure what happened here, what Rustin's complaining about. Did his body momentum take him into the end zone?
We're about to find out.
He didn't touch anything. That ball should be spotted at the half-yard line. Wow. We're coming back with the 4th quarter after this. Welcome back. Time for our highlights, brought to you by Associated Collision Center, your trusted professionals since 1976. And as we look at this highlight, they've changed their mind. Grant Rustin, I think, convinced him after the fact, along with David Molesky, that he was not in the end zone. And so they've spotted it south of the 1, and that's the right call, as Rustin never touched anything. One official had it as a touchback. The other one had it on the 1, and they've conversed and made the right call. So Warren in a deep hole here with Anthony Cisneros back in at quarterback, and he's going to try to run it, and he dives out towards the 5 in a great second effort.
Now another flag is on the ground.
Down.
I got to tell you, Don, that's a great job by this officiating crew to get it right.
Yeah, no question. Got another call here. Yeah, and when it's split like that, it's good to talk it over and one guy convince the other guy.
That's right, yeah, because the object is to get it right. And I mean, these officials do a great job, and I know people checking this out on Stadium tonight get a chance to see the job that these guys have done tonight. I mean, this is typical for a high school football game in Texas.
And you forget how hard it is to get it right with no replay at this level.
That's right.
The penalties decline. We've gotten such a habit seeing replay both at the college and pro level that they can always get it right with a second look.
Or use it as a crutch.
Yeah.
Well, as we take a look at our Hallmark U stats through 3 quarters, clearly O'Connor's had the better end of this, but the 2 turnovers obviously have resulted in the points for Warren, so they find themselves in a dogfight against a really good defensive team, and you just get the feeling somebody's going to have a big play here, and it's going to affect this game one way or the other.
Fake handoff to Stanford, going deep for his man, Rasco.
Whoa.
And he caught it. Eric Rasco showing why he's one of the top receivers in town. Jonte Waller with the coverage, but Rasco just made a fantastic play.
Yeah, kid played safety last year. They moved him to wide receiver. He's 6'3", and you saw every bit of it right here. Great ball skills. The coach says he's not going to blaze by you, but he's super technical in his routes, good possession guy, and he's one of the best leaders on the team. Made a great play there.
And that may have sparked this offense as Cisneros finds his way out of trouble and gets back for a gain of about 3. Elijah Ornelas with the tackle, and we got a little extracurriculars after, no flag, but whistles blowing for sure, trying to break it up.
Well, finally an explosive play in this football game, and couldn't come at a better time for the Warren Warriors.
Boy, what a catch by Rasco.
It really was. You know, coaches were talking about how his team just responds to this guy. His mom's in the military, great kid, worked hard this summer. And for sure going to be one of those guys that plays at the next level. Just a matter of where.
2nd and 8 for Anthony Cisneros. Goes the slant to Rasco and is batted down. And it might have been Bryson Greer again. Maybe it was Anthony Knight. Good initial push by that O'Connor defensive front.
Well, let's take a look. Can't get home? Do the very next best thing. Put your hands up, get in the throwing lane. And that is exactly what Anthony Knight did from his defensive end spot.
All right, so we got 3rd and 8. A big play for this Warren offense. Cisneros going underneath, completes it. Stafford's got it. Flag flies as he comes close to the stick. But they may have a hold on this Warren offensive line.
Well, that's the thing. It was a perfectly designed screen. No need to hold. Just let the guy go through.
We'll be back in 30 seconds. No, we'll stay with you here as we're having some problems in the truck. The officials will sort this out.
Got legal man, downfield, offense. Hey,
Man, that's surprising on a quick hitting play like that. Hard to believe you could have an illegal man downfield. I mean, that hit quick. And Jeff Robbins doesn't like it.
Well, either way, it's a huge break for O'Connor. Because Warren was going to get themselves a fresh set of downs, and
wow, that's a big
first
play.
down.
Yeah,
It's
big play, big call.
3rd and 13.
Yeah, it's plays like this when you're a coach and you go back and look at the tape and say, what if?
Let's see if they try to send these wide guys deep and then clear out for a little check down with the running back.
Rasco going across the middle. Instead, it's picked off. It's Rustin, and he may house it. Rustin scores. O'Connor touchdown, a 50-yard pick 6 for Grant Rustin, the hard-hitting safety who also returns kicks for these guys, and he has made plays all night, none bigger than that.
Well, Rustin read this all the way, just playing center field, jumped the route. And what did we talk about earlier? You keep putting yourself in a position to make a play. Eventually, you're going to come up with something like that. He not only held on to this one, he took it back to the house.
Things have gotten quiet here as we have an injury on the field. It's one of the big linemen for Warren is down. We'll send it to break. We'll come back with the extra point after he's attended to. Welcome back. They have attended to Fabian Hernandez. He walked off really well under his own power. That's good to see. In fact, he was waving team doctors and people away from me, saying I'm fine. Meanwhile, O'Connor will attempt the extra point to make it a 7-point lead. This is Jefflin Leslie, and the kick is good. And we will come back and we'll look at that great play by Grant Rustin. A pick 6 for O'Connor has put the Panthers in front here with 9:46 to play. Welcome back, and here's the play, Chuck. Grant Russon's had a big night, none bigger than this play right here.
Well, you know, this guy started last year at free safety for this team. They are super young in the secondary, but this guy's a football player. I mean, not only the interception, reading it all the way, but super athletic to stick it in the end zone. And I got to tell you, Don, I mean, this kid's night started on the opening kick. He could have been flagged for an unsportsmanlike penalty, but his chippiness and his attitude has brought some swag to, I think, both ends of this football game. I mean, this guy has been a spark plug on both ends, and boy, did he make a play right there.
One of those pooch kicks gives Warren good field position up across the 30, almost to the 35-yard line. And Warren is going to have to do a better job on offense. They have just 30 total yards on 32 carries running the football tonight as we go down to Mike Hernandez.
All right, thanks, guys. I'm joined by Chris Drayton, and he's the assistant band director for Warren. Great show at halftime. Tell me a little bit about what we saw.
Thanks. That's our competition show that we do, and we start actually at the end of September, and we go all the way through October into November a little bit, actually. And that's only 3 of our movements. We still have another one to learn, but the kids are doing great this year. They're working really hard, and everything's just falling into place for us.
Well, good luck the rest of the season. Y'all look great out there
Thanks.
tonight.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Cisneros keeps. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1. Gabe Diaz on the tackle. Chuck, do you think Warren at some point is going to have to get a little more creative in their offensive game plan here? Right now, the only thing we see is some draws and some creative carries and handoffs. But I think with Rasco's ability to catch the football and 9:02 to go, they may have to put it up some more.
Well, I think, you know, you're talking about a product of how great these defenses are. You got to protect the ball first.
There's another inside handoff. It goes to Turner. He picks up 3. But again, it's going to be 3rd and long.
And I mean, how prophetic is this football game? We've just extolled the virtues of both of these defenses, and here we have 3 touchdowns in the game. 2 of them have been scored by the defenses. I mean, you just don't see, with the way these teams are here in Texas, with the ability to be multiple, you know, give you all kinds of different looks, to have defenses be able to cover the field as well as these 2 defenses have done it tonight.
They're looking for Rasco, and he overshot him as Cisneros had one-on-one coverage with Jonte Waller, who did a good job on that coverage. Time for another Sprouts Players Profile, brought to you by Sprouts Farmers Market. Boy, we've called Connor Callahan's name a lot. He's going to play lacrosse in D1, and he's a 4.0 student. That's impressive.
Yeah, the thing I like about that is he's first team all scholastic, and I'm thinking with a 4.0, you think?
Another rocket off the foot of Kyle Elder down to the 10-yard line. We're back in 30 seconds.
It can get a little hot and sweaty out on the football field, but it shouldn't be hot and sweaty inside your house. If it is, contact Air Today Heating and Air Conditioning. Their reputation exceeds all others when it comes to service and quality. Mention this ad and Air Today will waive the service call fees. Air Today is an elite comfort maker dealer. Call 210-519-5959 and enjoy cool air today. Proud sponsor of Thursday Night Lights.
Got a player down. Trevante Simeon is the injured player for the Warren Warriors. They're trying to attend to him. Jeff Robbins right there helping him up. And he's going to walk off just fine. As we take a look at our Monarch trophies from Monarch Trophy Studio, call 210-344-3777 or go online at mtsawards.com and give a friend, no matter what you need. You got an event, corporate event, school event, teams, it's all, we'll take good care of you there at Monarch Trophy. They've been with us from the very beginning here on Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights.
Well, we'll see if Trevante Simeon can come back in this football game, because he plays safety and he's done a fine job back there all night for the Warriors.
A little fake, and Dodd kept it. And that defensive front led by Eli Huron in that play ain't having none of it.
You know, the astounding thing to me is we're still seeing that level of physicality when we talk about basically both of these defenses being on the field for most of this game. I know Coach Robbins prides himself on this team's going to be in the best shape of anybody, and I'll tell you what, they're still bringing the load.
Here's the handoff to Taylor. Tries to fight outside, but only gets maybe a yard. He'll set up 3rd and long. Kaleb Williams again right there, making the tackle. We've had 21 points scored in this game, and 2 of the 3 touchdowns have been defensive touchdowns. That shows you the battle and how hard it is. Tough sledding going again. Warren's offense managing only 44 yards on the ground on 34 carries.
Well, I think the interesting thing about these two teams right now and where they're at is we're still obviously very early on in the season. What a treat for these teams to get to play each other this early and have this kind of battle and the things that they can take away from this game, win or lose.
Yeah, and they were looking forward to it. Williams may have jumped offside, no flag, thrown inside to the big fella, or is that Taylor? Yeah, Zion Taylor, and I believe he's got a first down.
That was a really good play, and sometimes good offense does beat good defense. I mean, there were a lot of guys on that Warren defense that snuffed that out. Actually had a chance to maybe make a play. Some of those guys saw that screen coming all the way, and just O'Connor a little bit better on that particular play.
That'll move the sticks. A kielbasa smoked meat first down.
Every first down so critical in terms of burning the clock.
Taylor running behind that stout offensive line, going nowhere. As Kaleb Williams and company again shuts him down and gives us time to tell you about Beyond the Game. San Antonio middle and high school students are doing great things for our community. San Antonio Sports and Methodist Healthcare are shining the light on teams that model those key values through their actions. Parents, teachers, coaches can nominate teams that go beyond the game with their community service. Just visit sanantoniosports.org.
Well, again, I have no idea how this is going to turn out in terms of who wins this football game, but how long have we been doing this? 6-7 years?
Yep.
I mean, this is as hotly a contested ball game as we've ever had on Thursday night.
Dodd to Taylor. Reversed. Coming this way. Sam Castillo. Flag flies late. He was good enough for the first down, but will it come back for a hold? Josiah Gutierrez-Smith made the tackle, but again, we've got a marker on the field.
Got a block in the back. Offense.
So that'll back him up. Again, a missed opportunity when something good happens on offense.
No, it's just been so ridiculously hard for both of these offenses to do anything. Sometimes you got to see if you can sneak one by somebody. I'll tell you what, that Josiah 24, he doesn't look like he's the biggest kid on the planet, but I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to meet that kid in an alley. He's taking some shots tonight.
Between him and Rustin, and we've got some fighters out there tonight. Some tough football players. Under 5 minutes now, and 2nd and 13 for Dodd. And whistles end it as a movement up front again, or may have been a timeout. Molesky was running down. We'll take it with him. David Molesky didn't like the call. He's going to change it, and we're going to come back with a long 2nd and 13 right after this.
Hello, everybody. It's time for our real estate brokers smile cam. Alamo Real Estate Brokers. And if these young ladies have something to smile about, it has been the play of both of these football teams here tonight. We've got a hotly contested ball game. 4:47 left to go. We have a one-possession game. And O'Connor trying to do a couple of things here, Don. Number one, move the sticks. But more importantly, when you're moving the sticks, you're taking that time off the clock.
They'll trust it in the hands of Zion Taylor, and he may break it. Zion Taylor's got the first down, and he gets out of bounds. stopping the clock at 4:39.
Just a huge run by Zion Taylor in a really critical part of this football game. Ends up cutting this thing back, weak side. Again, a little misdirection action with the offensive line going towards the right, and then Zion running right through the arm tackle and gets a fresh set for his offense. And the biggest thing here for O'Connor, again, working on the clock, trying to make Warren burn their timeouts, but if nothing else, they've been able to move the ball for a couple of first downs here, and they can tilt the ball if they've got to punt it back by changing the field position of this football game.
Taylor bulls forward for about 4, and Warren will burn one of their timeouts as the clock continues to run. It should be stuck at 4:33 or so. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
It can get a little hot and sweaty out on the football field, but it shouldn't be hot and sweaty inside your house. If it is, contact Air Today Heating and Air Conditioning. Their reputation exceeds all others when it comes to service and quality. Mention this ad and Air Today will waive the service call fees. Air Today is an elite comfort maker dealer. Call 210-519-5959 and enjoy cool air today. Proud sponsor of Thursday Night Lights.
And we're back. The O'Connor Spirit Group's all fired up. They lead at 14-7. They've got a 2nd and 7, the lead and the ball at the 41-yard line. And Warren only needs one stop, one big defensive play to get right back in this football game. There's still plenty of time.
Coach Robbins going to the Andy Reid school of thought with these timeouts. Calling them early. Really feels like he wants to try to save and really put it on his defense right here to get this stop and get off the field.
Saving those precious seconds as Taylor finds daylight. He's short of the first down, but it'll be conversion time. Eli Huron stopping him here. It'll be 3rd and 3 and basically the ball game for Warren's defense.
I think in a perfect world he would have burned his second time out, but after a pretty good gain on that run, decided to keep it in his back pocket.
Tick down inside of 4 minutes. 3rd and 2. Conventional wisdom tells you it's Zion Taylor here, but he's also got Locke at the top of your screen one-on-one with a huge height advantage. He stretches Taylor. Taylor's going to try to get the stick and does not. Warren's defense coming through. Kaleb Williams ran him down for the line, and some good penetration. The safeties and corners coming up to make the tackle and helping him on the outside.
Well, just an outstanding job again by this Warren defense. Getting a lot of guys out there and a lot of guys making a play.
Kaleb Williams, the speed to run down Zion Taylor. My goodness. For a big guy, that's impressive. Hey, remember to vote for those bands. The Children's Hospital of San Antonio and Christus Health sponsoring our $5,000 band grant. The band with the most votes at the end of the year gets a $5,000 grant. Text band 5 for O'Connor or band 6 for Warren to 44332. All right, decision time. Chuck, you're David Molesky. You're 4th and a 5 on your own 44. Do you punt the ball and make Warren's offense, who hasn't scored all night, go the distance, or do you go for it here and try to put it away with the clock?
Well, obviously, I'm no head coach, and I don't even play one on TV. But if it were me, and since you asked, I'm punting this and I'm putting it on my defense. Played a whale of a ball game all night, and you basically be asking Warren to duplicate in one drive what they've done all night on offense.
I agree, and that looks to be what they're going to do. Josh Brown will kick it down to Ryan Anders, who stands on his 20. And Warren may have, they're going to call it, I believe, on O'Connor.
Yeah, O'Connor moved. They were baited, but they moved. Now let's see.
It's a big call.
Offsides on the defense.
Wow. Well, that's your ball game. You can find a way to get another first down.
That's why he took the timeout.
Let's see.
Well, the center's head. Woo, I guess that's legal, huh? It's 52 that makes him move. Let's look at it one more time. You get a shot. Watch the center's head. I guess this is legal. You can't go the other way. I picked up a little too late.
Did not see that the first time, that's for sure.
Oh, man, I don't know. So now a flag flies. And it's going to be procedure.
5 yards, return first down.
But the new set of downs is the big thing. So you think that's why he called the timeout, Molesky, to run that punt and try to draw him off?
I don't know. He's thought of a lot of things before, but I don't know. That looked pretty innocuous to me. I mean, he just, I don't know. Maybe it was designed.
Maybe they practice it with a hard count and they just barely move the center's head.
Yeah, it's possible.
Which might be a legal play. I don't know.
Just think you take advantage of a kid that's trying to make a play.
Zion Taylor's got it inside. He'll get a couple. Warren only has one more timeout, and they burn it right here. Justin Gomez with the tackle. Hey, coming up on Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights, the rest of our great schedule. We've got 2 road games in a row, Chuck. We're going to be going where the good barbecue is. Bernie taking on Harlandale, and then the following week at New Braunfels. Then we'll come back for Sam Houston, Edison, Taft Holmes, Roosevelt Johnson, the new high school Harlan, and South San and Reagan to end it. I'm looking forward to those trips. Always fun to go see our friends in Bernie and New Braunfels.
Absolutely, and spreading the love around as we always do here on Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights, presented by Taco Cabana. Try to hit all the different pockets in town.
Harlandale, the winners of our play of the week with that incredible kick return last week against South San.
Yeah, we got a couple of extremely large plays from the Warren Warriors tonight that are going to factor greatly, I think, in your plays of the week this week.
It's 1st and 13, and it's almost intercepted. Oh, it might. Oh, my goodness. That was so close. Josiah Gutierrez-Smith, watch this, Chuck. He got there, and he almost came down with this.
I got to tip my cap to David Molesky. He's not leaving anything to chance here. He's going for the jugular. I mean, everybody thinks he's just going to run a little dive play and try to milk the clock, and he's chucking and ducking it, trying to get another first down. He knows if he gets one more, it'll take at least 2 minutes off the clock.
Well, he's in a little trouble here. That incompletion stops the clock, and now they run Taylor, and he's going to be stopped short on 2nd and 13. The down marker on the far side, the scoreboard and our ticker may be wrong because both down markers are saying it's 4th down instead of 3rd. We're going by the scoreboard, and I'm not sure what down it is. I think it's 4th down, and it is. So that's big when it comes to this clock with 2.5 to go. Brown to punt it, and the whistles blow with 2:18. So Chuck Warren's offense is going to get a shot. It would appear.
Well, we had a run play, we had the incomplete pass, and then another run play. After we had the offsides on the punt.
I'm assuming that both coaches on the field knew the down situation, although the scoreboard was wrong, and it's still wrong. They almost got there, and they ran into him. Warren, depending on the call here and the distance, may not be receiving the football. It's Josh Brown who was run into.
Yeah, I think it's going to be running into and not roughing, because he was already on the ground when he made contact.
Roughing the kicker. Automatic first down.
Well, there you go, Chuck. Right on cue. Let's take a look. Oh boy, well, he got a little ankle twist there too at the end. That is a killer.
And that's going to do it. No timeouts, can't stop the clock. It's an automatic first down, even though they had about 16 to go. And we got some great football this weekend on our family of stations on Fox. Texas Tech taking on Houston, USC at the Longhorns, and don't forget Sunday Night Football, Cowboys and Giants on News 4. And Kaleb Williams is taking out his frustration on Zion Taylor. Clock will run.
Well, that was a tough call on the last one. I don't think there's any question about that, but you can understand why Kaleb Williams is frustrated. I mean, you had 2 chances to basically get off the field and give your offense the ball back, and you have 2 miscues on special teams.
Yeah, 2 big penalties. You jump on offsides, although I'll credit David Molesky for maybe drawing them offsides with that hard count, took the timeout before. And then the running into the kicker. Somebody just trying to make a play. And now the clock stops. And believe it or not, O'Connor has to stop the clock because they're not lined up right.
Well, just like last year, this was one whale of a tilt. Yeah, I mean, if you'd have told me coming in we'd have 3 touchdowns in the game, I would have believed that, but I wouldn't have believed that 2 of the 3 touchdowns would have come via the defense. We knew these defenses were good, but yeah, what you said earlier, no way we saw this coming. Very impressive. And you know, when you can play defense like these 2 squads, that's going to sustain you a long, long way.
Hey, it's time for our Baptist Emergency Hospital collision of the game. It's Eli Huron, number 35, coming up and upending Zion Taylor, and that is our collision of the game. Brought to you by Baptist Emergency Hospital. Now, this is a no-brainer. That may have cost him a few seconds. I still don't think it's enough to get the football back unless O'Connor throws again. But it should be just a couple of kneels here. Taylor goes forward. 1:18 left. It'll be 3rd down. We'll have to snap it with about 45 seconds.
Taylor on the carry, stopped by Eli Huron.
About a 10-second difference.
You got to be right around 40 seconds when you got to snap it.
And it's a 35-second play clock. So Warren may have 30 seconds after this snap. Okay, bought himself 3 seconds.
And that'll do it. It's a heck of a football game, Don Harris.
Snap it, yep. They're just going to let it run off. And O'Connor is going to come up with a 14-7 victory here at Gustafson Stadium. Jeff Robbins' team represented itself very well. And he's trying to lift up his frustrated players as we go down for our Night Office Solutions Play of the Night. We had a lot of them. It's Grant Rustin's pick 6. The difference in this ball game broke that 7-7 tie, and it gave the O'Connor Panthers a 3-0 record after a complete fist fight, heavyweight showdown. Ali Frazier, Thrilla in Manila here at Gustafson Stadium. That is our Night Office Solutions play of the night. We're coming back with much more, including handing out all the hardware right after this.
Welcome to the Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights postgame show, presented by Taco Cabana.
Welcome back. The O'Connor Panthers, the victors tonight, 14-7 over a very tough Warren team. Let's go down to the field. Mike Hernandez ready to hand out the Monarch trophies. Mark?
Yeah, and I think you guys talked about it during the game. I think Chuck brought it up. Of all the games we've done, and we've done quite a few, I can't remember a game when it was smash mouth football like it was. Congratulations, guys. All right, so the first thing I want to do is congratulate both teams on 48 minutes of solid football. And again, I was just talking about this, it's one of the best complete games I've ever seen from both teams. So give it up for the Warren team as well. Yeah. That was great. That was really all right. Nice try, I guess. Okay. Hey, guys, so the impact player of the game, and we could have picked a lot of them. I kind of wanted to give it to the whole defense. But we did pick one, and it is number 20, Brad Rustin. Congratulations, son. All right. So you had the big. So you had the big TD interception there. Did you see that play coming? Because it looked like you were just sitting back there waiting for it.
Yes, sir. I was reading it, and I saw it. As soon as I saw it, stick my foot in the ground, took it to the crib.
All right, great. Well, congratulations. Thanks, and congratulations to the entire defense. Give yourselves a round. Give Grant a round. Coach, you know, you said this was going to be a tough game, and you were right. This was everything that we thought it was.
Two really, really good football teams. You know, it's tough in the game of athletics for a team after a battle like that to lose, and one's going to win. And I'm thankful and happy as all get out that it was the O'Connor Panthers.
Yeah. So now you're 3-0 in district. I know you mentioned it before we started. The game, it's early on, but you had to kind of jump into district right away. This kind of puts you in a good position, though, at least for now. What are you thinking?
It's going to put us in great position for about the next 24 to 48 hours. And then after that, we're going to have to get ready for our next week opponent. I mean, this district year in and year out, there are a lot of good football teams. And records don't matter, you know. This district plays really hard football and really tough football. In Warren tonight, you know, we knew going in that they were a quality team, and they gave us every bit of what we could handle.
Boy, they sure did. All right, let me give you the trophy. And again, Here you go. Show that to the folks at home. The Hallmark University Champions Trophy for the night. Thursday Night Lights presented to the O'Connor Panthers.
They're all big in this district. O'Connor's fired up. We're coming back to run down our highlights and hand out some more awards when we come back.
You're watching Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights, presented by Taco Cabana.
Welcome back to Gustafson Stadium. We promised a good one, and we've got a good one here on Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights. It's Warren taking on O'Connor, and the Panthers came out on top 14-7 tonight as we run down our highlights. The Associated Collision Center, serving San Antonio, trusted professionals since 1976. And again, it was a defensive showdown tonight as Kaleb Williams with the batted ball pick, making a great play for Warren, and the defense would be up to the challenge all night long. The next one, Chuck, The other end, D'Angelo Ortiz.
Yeah, as we talked about earlier, Ortiz, one of the fastest D linemen they've ever had here at Warrior, and making an outstanding play there to finish off the only points of the night for the Warren Warriors. Who knew that we were going to have this kind of offense from these two teams' defenses?
Late in the first half, only 7 seconds to go. Chase Locke comes down to tie it, got a foot down, got the extra point. O'Connor went into the locker room with some momentum after tying it up. And again, it was a defensive battle all night long. And defense, the name of the play. This play from Grant Rustin, a player of the game with the 50-yard pick six, and that was the difference maker as O'Connor wins it tonight as we run down the final stats.
Yeah, that was a nice Luganis special there too, finishing off that run for 6. But complete domination by the O'Connor defense in this one. They not only scored points, they really did a good job stuffing the Warren young offense tonight in this ball game. Again, both of these teams undefeated coming in. We knew they had some good defenses. We didn't know they were this good. Both teams doing a good job creating turnovers, but in the end, O'Connor had just enough, a couple of more plays in them, and they were able to get a couple of those penalties forced on Warren, and that proved to be the difference in the ball game late.
Hey, partner, we had the Gucci Bowl go down to the last play. We had this one tonight. So far,
yeah.
Good luck on our 10th anniversary of TNL. Next week, it's Harlandale and Bernie. Road trip out I-10. The Greyhounds taking on Harlandale, who I tell you what, they're explosive offensively. This is going to be a fun one to watch.
Yeah, they've always had one of the most dynamic offenses in the area. And then, you know, Bernie, you could say the same thing about them. Looking forward to that as well.
Hey, for Chuck McIntyre, Mike Hernandez, our statistician tonight, Craig Estabrook, spotter as always, Jeffrey Hovatter. Our producer, Chris Kotfus. The director is Brian Watts, and our executive producer of Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights is Dean Radler. We'll see you next time, live from Bernie, Texas on TNL.